Discipline is a toothbrush. Sounds stupid. Stay with me for 60 seconds, because everything you've been told about self-control is wrong. Not slightly wrong, backwards. And the proof is sitting on your bathroom sink right now. Let me ask you something. When did you last skip brushing your teeth? Because you weren't in the mood. You didn't. You never do. But you've skipped the gym. You've skipped the journal. You've skipped the app that's been guilt-tripping you since March. Same you. Same willpower. Totally different result. Why? That's the question nobody answers properly. And the answer is going to make you a little uncomfortable. Here's what happens every January. You decide this is the year. New planner, new gym, new diet, new you. 3 weeks later, you're back on the couch, and you feel like the failure. You're not. The system you used was broken before you started. Research out of the University of Scranton suggests around 80% of resolutions collapse by February. 80%. That's not a personal problem. That's a design flaw, and you've been blaming yourself for it your whole life. Stay with me, because it gets worse before it gets better. Think about your toothbrush again. You didn't choose it today. You didn't set a goal. You didn't post about it. You just picked it up. Now think about the last thing you tried to be disciplined about. You had to fight yourself, negotiate, push through. See the difference? One behavior lives below your decision making. The other one has to win an argument with your brain every single morning. Guess which one you'll lose eventually. Here's the part nobody mentions. In 2009, researchers at University College London tracked how long habits actually take to lock in. The average wasn't 21 days, it was 66. But that's not the interesting bit. They found something stranger. Missing one day didn't break the habit. Missing several in a row did. Translate that into your life. Perfect isn't the goal. Frequent is. You've been chasing the wrong metric. And this is where it gets uncomfortable. There's a region deep in your brain called the basal ganglia. Think of it as the autopilot switch. It runs everything you do without thinking. Walking, driving, brushing. A researcher named Wendy Wood at USC spent decades studying it. Her finding hits hard. Roughly 43% of what you do every day isn't a decision. It's a habit. Read that again, slowly. Almost half your life is on autopilot, which means the you making choices right now? That's only half the story. The other half is whatever routines you installed years ago, usually by accident. Scary thought. Also the way out, because here's the secret hiding in the toothbrush. You didn't choose to brush your teeth every day. Someone made you do it. Same time, same place, same sink, for years, until it dropped below the level of choice. That's the trick. That's the whole thing. Discipline isn't a muscle you flex on hard days. It's a routine you install on easy days. The people who look disciplined aren't gritting their teeth. They're not white-knuckling their mornings. They've just moved the behavior below the argument. They brush. They don't decide to brush. And you can do the exact same thing, but not the way you've been trying. Here's where most people go wrong. They go hard for a week. 2-hour workouts, cold showers, 5 a.m. alarms, full monk mode. 7 days later, they're done. And they think they lack discipline. They don't. They just picked the worst possible way to build it. You can't install a habit at high intensity. Your brain won't let you. You install it small, boring, daily. 5 push-ups beats 50 on Sunday. 1 paragraph beats a weekend sprint. 1 page of a book every night beats the pile you'll never touch. Sounds too easy. That's why it works. So here's what actually builds discipline. Not the Instagram version. The real one. Pick something so small it feels embarrassing. 2 push-ups. 1 line in a journal. 1 glass of water when you wake up. Attach it to something you already do. After your coffee. After you sit at your desk. After you brush your teeth. Do it every day for 2 months. Miss a day if life happens. Just don't miss 2 in a row. That's the whole system. You won't feel disciplined. You won't feel motivated. Some days you'll feel nothing. That's the point, because motivation is a feeling, And feelings are weather. They change every hour. But your toothbrush doesn't care how you feel. You pick it up anyway. That's discipline. Not a war you win once. A small thing you do every day until your brain stops asking why. If this shifted something in your head, stick around. This channel breaks down the ideas you thought you understood, the psychology behind why you do what you do. Subscribe if you want more. One video a week. No noise. Now go brush your teeth.